So our company is titled PAAQ Matcha. Here is a table of content of everything we will be discussing in the presentation. And then our team, my name is Paulina Diaz. I'll be explaining the rationale, scope statement, and physical location target audience. Ashley would be discussing the major functions, process module, and the product design. Cutie is going to explain the major milestones and the cost and revenue estimations. And then Shaheen is going to discuss the quality control strategy, the inventory management strategies. And finally, Atria is going to explain the procurement strategy and our communication strategy. So a little background on matcha. Matcha was first originated from China, but the cultivation and ritual was perfected by the Zen Buddhist monks in Japan. Matcha is a finely ground powder especially grown Camellia sinensis plant. It is known for its vibrant green color, earthy flavor, and various health benefits. It can be enjoyed as a traditional tea, a latte, or even be used for culinary purposes. Matcha was first introduced to the US in the early 2000s, but it did not gain popularity until the 2010s, and it continues to grow in popularity even now in 2025. Our mission at PAAQ Matcha is to establish a locally U.S.-grown matcha farming and processing system that delivers fresh, high-quality, and tariff-free matcha for both retail and wholesale markets. So, as mentioned before, matcha has become increasingly popular in the U.S., but unfortunately there has been a shortage on matcha supply due to many factors. The biggest factor being the popularity of it makes it very difficult to keep up with supply and demand. Another big factor is the tariffs that President Trump has placed on Japanese imports, which affects matcha. These tariffs have in turn made matcha more expensive to purchase in the US. Fortunately for us, we wouldn't have to pay these tariffs because we will be growing our matcha locally in the US. Because there is no one else growing matcha in the US, our company will have a huge market advantage. Although we still face competition from the many other matcha suppliers that are being imported in from Japan, we are confident that we can place our company far ahead from these suppliers once people see the high quality of our matcha and the price difference. So moving on to the location and our target audience, we will be setting up both our greenhouse facility and distribution packaging warehouse in Ontario, California, in the San Bernardino County. Our greenhouse facility is where we would actually grow our matcha, therefore we had to take into consideration factors such as water quality and availability, irrigation costs, climate impacts, and land costs. For the distribution packaging warehouse, we had to consider factors like industrial rent, labor availability, and land costs. Keeping all these factors in mind, we used a factor rating analysis method to compare and contrast locations and came to the conclusion that Ontario would be the best choice for our company. Our target audience for our product consists of Gen Z, wholesale retailers, and major coffee chains. Due to the recent spike of matcha consumption, we have a wide demographic of consumers that we can sell to.
Hello everyone, I'm Ashley Loso and I will be discussing the major functions of our product, our process strategy, and our product layout. First, the ingredients of our product is locally grown tea leaves. Currently, most of matcha powders are imported from Japan. However, there is a shortage of supply as matcha has become more popular worldwide. It has become a trendy drink nowadays, and a lot of people want to buy matcha powder. We have decided to grow the tea leaves locally and produce matcha powder domestically in the US and sell them nationwide. First, what are the major functions of matcha and why do people want to buy matcha? Well, matcha contains rich antioxidants such as polyphenols, EGCG, and it helps reduce inflammation and protect against chronic diseases. Also, L-theanine, which promotes relaxation and focus. It could also be used in baking, cooking, and drinks. It used to be a traditional part of the tea ceremony, would making the koicha or thick tea. You could also use it in cakes or desserts, and it is a source of caffeine boost, but it is jitter-free unlike coffee. For process strategy, we selected a process chart to break down the steps in the production line. PAAQ will be producing locally grown matcha at a large scale with various processes involved in the production. A process chart will give us a visual flow of how the processes are intertwined and move along the production line. It will start with first planting the tea leaves. Once they have been shaded and fully grown, they are ready for harvest. We can then steam the harvested tea leaves and dry them afterwards. We also sort the components of the tea leaves, as we can use them for the different parts of the tea leaves just for tea or matcha powder. For matcha powder, we have to mill the leaves into a fine powder and then package the final product. In our product design, we chose a metal tin, as you can see in this product layout design that we have. We chose a metal tin to keep the product fresh and block light from the product itself. The matcha powder is packaged in a bag, and then the bag is put inside this metal tin that we chose to package it with. It is important to keep the powder from oxidizing, which is why the tin features an airtight seal lid. There is also an additional sieve mesh layer to prevent clumps in the powder, and there is also a bamboo paddle that fits inside this whole metal tin, which helps sift the powder through the mesh layer. And the label right here represents our company PAAQ and our locally grown matcha. And thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Kitty. On this page, I will talk about our WBS chart. This chart shows the main part of our matcha farming project. We break the work in three groups. First, import and preparation. Second, manufacturing and processing. And third, compliance and licensing. In import and preparation, we bring in the tea leaves and finish the quarantine and inspection steps. In manufacturing and processing, we build a greenhouse, set up the facility, and get everything ready for distribution. In compliance and licensing, we get all the permit and certifications we need. These charts help us stay organized and make sure we know every step in the process. Next, on this page, I will talk about our key milestone. Our first milestone is completing the import and inspection for the matcha plant. This is important to make sure everything is safe and approved. The second milestone is setting up our farming tool and equipment such as steaming and drying machine, sorting tool, and indoor growing tent. The third milestone is building our manufacturing area. This includes stone mills, filling machine, and packaging system for matcha. This milestone helps us track our progress and make sure each stage is ready before moving forward. For the next slide, I will go over the cost and revenue estimation for the years 2025 to 2027. As shown in the table, our gross revenue increased each year as we produce and sell more matcha. In 2025, revenue begins at 1.28 million and continues to rise to over 2 million by 2027. Direct costs include labor, material, and production expense, and these increase as our output grows. Indirect costs cover administrative activity, utility, and marketing. When combined, they give us the total cost for each year. Even with rising costs, our net income steadily grows from about 277,000 in 2025 to nearly 796,000 by 2027. This shows that our business become more profitable and production expand and operations scale more efficiently.
Hi there, my name is Shaheen Farr. I'm going to be going over quality control strategies. PAAQ's goal is to produce high-quality matcha locally, especially as Japan faces supply shortages. To ensure our product meets strong industry standards, we are using two key quality strategies. First is benchmarking. We compare our processes to leading matcha brands and use their SWOT insights to guide improvements and set quality expectations for our prototype. Second, we use a process flowchart to clearly map every production step: planting, shading, harvesting, milling, quality checks, and packaging. This helps our team understand the workflow, stay organized, and keep timing consistent, which is essential to matcha production. Together, these tools help us maintain quality, streamline operations, and deliver a reliable matcha product for U.S. customers. Moving on to inventory management strategies. At PAAQ, our goal is to offer the best matcha and a range of high-quality flavors. To manage our inventory effectively, we use ABC analysis, which ranks each flavor by its revenue impact. This helps us identify which flavors drive the most demand, prevent overproduction of slower-moving items, and ultimately reduce our inventory costs. Since we produce our matcha ourselves, the production order quantity model fits our business the best. It allows us to match production levels directly to customer demand and maintain an accurate inventory count. We can also use a quantity discount model when customers order large batches. Offering discounts not only boosts sales, but also incentivize customers to buy more because they feel like they're getting a better value. Together, these strategies help PAAQ stay efficient, reduce waste, and maximize revenue when delivering premium matcha products.
Hello everyone, my name is Atria and I will be talking about procurement strategy. To build the matcha warehouse, we will need to hire a construction company to handle the job and to give us an estimated cost for the whole process. In terms of building the warehouse, some materials will be included in the process, and our company wants the best quality of work for a good deal. A guaranteed maximum share savings procurement strategy will be best for the criteria we are looking for. So the construction company will be able to give us a price on how much it would be to build the warehouse. And then there will be a contract signed between us and the construction company we choose to hire. And then the contractor will be responsible for any costs that go over the set value that we agreed on. This way, we will save money if anything goes wrong, or even save our company from paying more throughout the whole process. Now, moving on to communication strategies. For internal communication, we will be using the app called Teams. Teams is really easy to use, and you can do phone calls, set up video calls, meetings, group chats, one-on-one chats. It's really easy to use, and everyone can download it on their phone. And we will be having like this kind of like relationship building environment. We will try to first get to know all our members, and to like this will like bring trust among all of our team. And then every week we will schedule like check-ins to ensure everyone is doing good and they're clear with what they need to do. And then to support this, we will have like some rules set, like to complete the tasks by the deadline and attend the mandatory meetings that we will have, and to be open to all team members' feedback. This way we will have a more trust in our team, and communicating will be easier for us. And then moving on for the stakeholders, the way that we will communicate, it will be through Zoom and email. Zoom will be mostly for any face-to-face communication. Email would be because everyone has access to email, everyone can use email, so it will be easier. We will just give them updates on how is everything going. We will usually do that weekly on all the process and how is shipping going or any other process throughout our business. And if they have any misunderstanding or anything like that, they can just shoot us an email and then we will be able to solve it through that. This is why we choose these two strategies to communicate. And then the last one for our target audience, of course, we will use our survey. So we would go to coffee shops or stores that sell matcha, and then we will just ask our survey of the customers and the people there.